Simon Peter Longoli, aged 36, a native of Karamoja sub-region, had built a modest life in Chitega, Lugazi municipality in Buikwe district. Employed at Tembo Steels, his routine was simple: wake up, head to work and earn a living.
So one day, when I was going to work, I got someone who was being beaten. I stood there. Also me to watch like others who were watching. Then those who were beating the same person, they ran away after some time. Police came to rescue the person who was being beaten. Police got me at the scene of the crime, and I was among the people who were picked there. 0 of us to the police.
Longoli was detained at Lugazi police station, uncertain of what would follow.
I was detained by Detective CID IP Omwana by that time. Detained me. I was called for statements, accusing me of assaulting someone and causing grievous harm on that person. I stayed there until on the 11th of October 2020, when I was produced before Magistrates Court in Lugazi.
He denied the charges and was remanded. However, in a curious turn of events, he remained in police custody at Lugazi instead of being taken to prison.
Charges of assault were read to me, which charges I denied. By that time, I had no substantial sureties before court, and the magistrate remanded me. I was driven back to police custody and detained unlawfully for 7 days.
We asked prison spokesperson Frank Baine whether he thought this was unusual.
After remanding him for mob justice, they took him back to police. Maybe they still had other charges. You know, police is at liberty to increase the charges. There is that area of amendment of charges.
Longoli spent a further 5 days at the police station. Then the matter took an unexpected turn. On the 16th of October 2020, Lugazi police placed another charge on him, claiming he had committed in their cells.
On the 16th day of the same month of October 2020, in the morning, they opened for us to come out as suspects. From there, they started allegation against me of defiling a suspect in custody. I interacted with the DPC of Lugazi by that time over the same issue. He said, I'm green about it. I know nothing about it. But instead, I saw the Detective CID of Lugazi directing the suspect, who was a younger juvenile girl in police custody, to go at the counter and open a charge of defilement, a fresh charge of defilement aggravated against me.
The court had remanded him on the 11th. This raised several questions, including whether it was possible for the police to trust a male detainee with keys to several cells, holding other inmates, including women. We reached out to the police spokesperson Kituma Rusoke to clarify on the allegations. However, by the time of airing this story, he was still consulting Lugazi police to clarify on the matter. The new charges brought another development: mandatory HIV testing. Longoli says he was confident about his HIV status, but he was left speechless when the results he received returned indicating that he was HIV positive.
I was taken back to custody after charging me a fresh case of aggravated defilement, and on the 19th day of October 2020, I was taken to Kauru General Hospital.
We were also keen to find out if a detainee can commit such an offense against a female detainee when they were both under detention inside separate police cells. Soon after this, Longoli was committed to the High Court during a virtual court hearing in line with the set protocols in place during the COVID-19 pandemic.
I was committed to High Court by Chief Magistrate Court of Mukono with the indictment that I, being affected with HIV, had sexual intercourse with an underage juvenile of 15 years of age. I don't know her. I've never seen her anywhere.
What followed, he says, was emotional turmoil, fear, confusion and anger, all unfolding behind bars.
I notified to court I'm not a positive review, but they went ahead detaining me.
After this, he was transferred to Nachifuma Government Prison, where he says he was introduced to anti-HIV medication, although he was not psychologically prepared to take it.
I was remanded over this case to Nachifuma Prison. The following day, on the 20th, Nachifuma Prison prescribed drugs of ARVs to me.
It was Septrin as a preventive until he tested to confirm. Because you don't simply give any ARVs, you have to confirm which type. Because there are many types, according to your blood and according to the level at which you have reached.
Confused but under instruction, he complied. Within days, he says, he began experiencing side effects of the medication.
Where I could vomit, whatever I eat, it comes back. Also, I could face a lot of dizziness, a lot of headache.
In the second part of our story tomorrow, we report how prison authorities discovered that Simon Peter Longoli, who had already been placed on antiretroviral therapy, was actually HIV negative.
His case was not for Nachifuma. Now, we wouldn't be kept in Nachifuma. His case was serious. That's why he was taken to Chitaria. But Chitaria, that's where we have a laboratory.
Betty Mudondo, NTV.